We are live and on the air, and welcome back for the first time in a couple of months. The Denver Broncos franchise is back. We are getting ready to start our 12th season, if you can believe it. So this will be our 4th season since we moved into the world of streaming. The additional earlier seasons you may have missed if you weren't with us with our old YouTube page, but since we moved to the streaming world, the stream of the Denver Broncos franchise, and we're getting ready to kick off Season 12 and the preseason. So in this stream here today, we are going to go through the offseason, and we're going to play 2 of the preseason games. We're not going to do the full preseason. We're going to let our assistant coach take over, because you know what? We won our first Super Bowl. It took us 12 seasons in Madden. We won our first Super Bowl. So before we get underway, we're going to let you guys know, as always, follow along with us on Twitter, TBSports27 on Twitter. We had posted 15 minutes ago with the thumbnail saying that we were going live. So if you're looking forward to Denver Broncos action, you would have known we are going live over on Twitter. And as always, we got to promote the Patreon page, TBSports27. I don't know if we're going to make it, guys. We got less than 15 days. Our WWE 2K22 promotion, where you guys have been asking to see GM mode. Hey, a big patch just hit. Maybe we'll play a little WWE on Thursday or this weekend or something with a big 2K22 patch hit. If you guys want to see GM mode on the channel in full, a full year of GM mode, we got to get to 10 patrons before the end of the month of May. It's now May 17th, so time is ticking. If you guys want to see GM mode, you got, it looks like 2 weeks here in full, because the month will end next two Tuesdays from now. So you have 2 weeks from this date for us to get 10 patrons to unlock GM mode on WWE 2K22. Alternatively, we're still running our Patreon promotion for our next super fan or mega fan that becomes a patron. You'll get to request 3 streams instead of just 1. So a triple dose, a triple header, a triple threat, triple bases, whatever you please. That is on Patreon. And we got all the old content. If you want to see more of the Denver Broncos, we got the Denver Broncos content from Madden 12 with Tim Tebow at quarterback. The original episodes from our old YouTube channel, if you want to see those Super Bowl runs, they are up on Patreon. Look at that. I never noticed that before, and maybe because I haven't won the Super Bowl. There's a trophy in the back, a Super Bowl trophy. Do those pile up as you win Super Bowls? It's kind of cool if that's the case. Well, let's jump into it. We're going to do the offseason, and we're going to play 2 of the preseason games. So without further ado, I say we jump into it. So we should have the thumbnail up. As always, jump in the comments, help out with the offseason. If you guys have any ideas of where we should be going, or what guys we should be picking up, or who we should be trading for, or what we should be doing in the upcoming offseason, let us know down in the chat. We got the chat open. We got really awesome guys that chat with us and hang out with us. So, over the next little bit, you guys will be joining in left and right. So let's jump into it. Let's get into the offseason. Look at all the cap room we got. Part of that was getting rid of Justin Fields. So here we go. So we can, we got Rivers that we got a lot of money tied up on. We can make a run at Myles Garrett. He's got 11 bids to his name. We got tight end, which we just put a lot of money into Nick Coffey to sign him at an 81, so we don't need George Kittle. We're doing, as you can see, quite well at the halfback. We're we're coming off a good run here. We're coming off the Super Bowl. We got most of our guys coming back, so it's kind of business as usual. Let's see here. Right tackle, that can always be an improvement. And, we can, Tommy Brown, who's better, younger. If we get him, we could always trade Smith away and try to get some guys. So why don't we throw a bid in here, right? We can always, boom. Where does that put us? That puts us 4th. So that doesn't do very well for us. I just kind of went with what they gave us. Can we boost the offer here? Let's see if we can get a 25.2. Where does that put us up? Okay, we're in first. So again, that, and then we would trade our right tackle, the 75 right there, Smith. We would not need him anymore if we got Tommy Brown. Free safety. I mean, we're doing good at free safety unless we just want a really good backup. And it's, do we spend that much money on a backup? We're going to use him as much. Is it worth, throwing that money out there? We got the money to spend, right? So what the heck? Let's see. We're still, look at all the cap room. We got the money to spend. Is it worth spending this money on a backup? As far as left end, this would definitely boost our left end here. Currently at left end, we have Rutger. So this Jadarius Shaw would definitely be an improvement as far as his overall rating. He's costing lots of money, though. Look at that. Look at that money that he wants. Let's, let's boost him up. What would this give us? 39 mil? Where would that put us on the list here? That would put us right up in first. So throwing a lot of money. So we're going offensive line so far. Left tackle as well. I mean, we're pretty good there. This would be a backup situation, but that's a lot of money that he's asking for to be a backup. So that wouldn't be what we would want to do. Right guard here in 81. Same thing, a lot of money for, I guess he would be a starter, but we're getting away with 19 mil right there. If we wanted to make some deals here, how much money we still got 20 mil to throw around. It's so awesome. The money we saved from Justin Fields, so we can just, shore up our team. Dave Green, we put the bid in earlier. Here's one that would be not cheaper, but it would be a better overall, but not by much. And Carstyle is a star player, so we don't need any halfbacks. We don't have any centers, which is unsettling. I didn't realize that. Guess we can put anybody in that center position. Or we can go for a rookie as well. 29, 32. That would be some money, right? Maybe a 79. It's not quite what we would want, but let's see. Let's throw a 3-year offer out there. Where would that put us? Right below the Patriots. So we got to do a little better. And we got the money to spend. What the heck? Let's go to 5 mil. 20 million. Boom. That puts us in first place. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's go position by position here before we move on to part 2. So quarterback, we need to sign a backup as well for Mr. Tom Brady III, unless we want to bring back in Marcus Mariota, who we were using as our backup. But I mean, Josh Allen, he's older again, but I think he would be a solid backup. He has the veteran experience. So what the heck? Let's make a 2-year commitment here to Josh Allen to back us up. Katani, we played against him last season. We don't want to spend that much on a backup. Just someone that can get us by, if we run into injury situations. Jared Goff is out there too. I think that was the right choice because Allen's not asking for that much to come in and be the backup. And there's Mariota, who we previously had on the team. Carson Wentz as well. And then we're kind of getting down there. Jameis Winston. Jim Druckenmiller, yes. XFL. Memphis Maniacs. All right, halfback, we're good on halfback. I mean, we're putting the most money into that. We're doing solid. Fullback, can we do a little better at fullback? Seem to be doing good with Webb. I mean, he's a 73. He's not much better out there, so we can stick with that. Wide receivers, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot as far as what we got in the way of wide receivers. Let's look at our wide receiver depth chart real quick. We can see where we are as far as, I don't remember if we got hit with retirements or not. We didn't really look at that, but so wide receiver still riding with Torrey Holt. Then you got DJ Moore, Brendan Smith, Anthony Page, Dante Hall. So we did lose. It looks like we lost Mike Evans. Did we? I don't know. Did we get that confirmed on the last episode, or I don't remember. Did they just They just retire. Mike Evans walks away from the. I don't remember if he did or not, but yeah, Mike Evans called it quit. So we would have a little hole at wide receiver, but that's something we can maybe in the draft look at as well, getting a young receiver, and maybe we can make a trade if we get that right tackle. Maybe we can trade that as well, because there's not really anybody that's jumping out as far as a big star, an aging Devontae Smith, but he's 75. So we don't have much there. And we got our bids placed. Didn't we play, or no, we're not here, but we got our bids placed here and here. There's one right there. Let's go defense. Look at our defense. Spending a lot of time on the offense here. That's looking pretty good between Leal and Dubose. And there's not going to be much better than that. That's a free agent. So right end depends on, we got Rivers, who's a 75. He's a superstar, but we can bring in Myles Garrett, who's 2 years older. I don't know. What do you think? Should we throw the money down? See if we can get Myles Garrett. He'd be older, but for 2 years, and what are we getting out of Rivers? And that's Rivers that we can also trade him as well. I said we go for it. Let's bring in the old vet. Let's see if we can get 2 years out of him. Let's see. Can we convince him in for $7 million? Bump this up a little bit. A lot of money, but that puts us right up the top for that. Okay, and we're still doing good. Linebacker, we got Banks. Maybe we want to bring in a solid backup, because Barkley down there at 69 isn't really doing this. We got Darius Leonard, is a superstar player. Kind of low rank, but let's see. Let's try to get who's not asking for a lot. I mean, Leonard's not. I would hate to, it's a guy that's probably going to retire pretty soon, but he's going to be cheaper and a better overall than what Barkley has given us. Let's do it. Like I said, he's going to retire, but it's in the long run. And we'll see if we can snag 2 years out of him. Always go for 2. And then they retire. What the heck? And that way we can get rid of Barkley as well, free up that contract money. Troy Dye. Let's see. We're good with Bush. We got Wiley. Dye's another one. Wiley's been a big part of the team, but we could bump him off the team for the same price that Dye is asking for and make that trade happen too. We're starting to run out of money though. So as far as cap room goes, $2 million offer. That's about what he wants. So let's try it. Throw it in there. See what happens. Then the next week we can start trading. Vrabel, he's still about as good as you can go. We're good with corners. Free safety, we're pretty good there. Strong safety, that's all good all the way around. We got Janikowski, and we got Gatewood. Okay, so I think that's good. We put a lot of bids in, spent a lot of money, but depending on who we get, we can trade some of those other players away and maybe free up some of that cap room. Stuff you guys live for, right? All right, let's see who's going to sign alongside with us. We got Leonard, and we did not get Shaw. We got Brown, we got Allen, we got Gramai, and we did not get Myles Garrett. Oh, man. So Garrett turned us down. We offered him the most of anybody. Okay. So that at least opens up some room here. So let's go to the free agents now. And we can start dumping some of the guys we don't need with the signings that will free up some money. Some manual trade here. And we're going to go one by one. So first, so we got a Brown, so I think we get rid of Smith, save that money, for a one overall difference with Beckwith. You make him your backup. 85 sacks allowed. So throw him up there. And we find who needs a right tackle. Let's see. Or we can just go for draft picks too. What the heck? we're going to get a 75. So the Colts need a right tackle. Let's see. What do we need? A right end? Didn't we just pick up a right end or something? I mean, Aaron Smith, that's pretty. 13 sacks. He's cheap. Why don't we just do that trade straight up? See? I mean, not interested. Oh, okay. Maybe because he's expensive. I guess we can take a draft pick for him, right? Can we get a 3rd round pick out of that? Beautiful. All right, got rid of him for a 3rd round, so we picked up a 3rd rounder from the Colts. Trade block. Well, not trade block. Hey, Culpepper's on the trade block. Manual trade. So let's see here. So we're good with right tackle. We're good here. Center. We picked up our center, which is what we needed. Veer Patton. So right end, that's where we need to get better because we did not get Myles Garrett. Maybe we can still talk him into. We can still potentially make that offer for Myles Garrett. I don't know. We can maybe get rid of Gross Matos. Do we need, 2 left ends? Or do we get rid of Peters? Gross Matos is a lot more valuable as far as his playing time versus Peters. I almost say we dump Peters out of here, right? Let's get rid of Peters. We'll see if we can do a double dose. Let's see if we can get rid of 2 guys that we don't need. We got Leonard, which helps out, and then we can get rid of Barkley. That's what we said we want to get rid of, right? So we can dump him. We can get rid of Mac Wilson too for that $1 million. Save that cap room. So okay, let's look over here and who needs some defense, right? Left end, linebacker. Hey, New York Jets, got some offers for me. Maybe we can snag a good player out of that we need. We need a right end, right? So, they don't really have anything. Let's see who's got a good right end. Maybe we can try to make a solid deal for that and jump in. And I see guys more coming in. Help us out in the chat. You guys are like our front office, right? You got to help us out and let us know what are the good trades, what are the good picks to make here. They got a young Javon Curse. Do you think they would take Javon Curse? 280s. That's a risky. It's in the red, so I don't think it's happening. Ooh, not interested. What if we give them that pick that we got from the Colts? Wonder if they would be any interested in that as well. We're low on draft picks anyway. It's a good thing we got that pick from the Colts because we didn't have that many draft picks. What about a 2nd rounder for next year? Would they make that deal? No, they're not interested. Okay. I figured that was a long shot, but let's see here. Looking at right ends, and if not, we're just gonna go tackle the Myles Garrett situation again, which I know will be a temporary band-aid, obviously, but hey, they got 2. They got 2 as well. Do we trade within the division? They don't really need what we are offering. There's some rough players in this league, man. You got to be the best of the best, I guess, right? I don't know. And then you got guys hoarding defensive. Or no, we want right ends. Why are we looking at DTs? That's our problem. We're supposed to be looking at right ends. We're going to have to go backwards now. Okay, going back. We got guys hoarding, teams hoarding players. Share the wealth. You don't need that many right ends on a team. There's not many out there. Everyone's pretty much got their one right end, and they're calling it a day. Oh, Myles Garrett. So he went with the Giants. So he straight up just said, "All right, forget it." I mean, that would be at least better than what we got. It's still not great. Unless we just straight up go for more draft picks. That is another option here. Let's just So what was the team that needed? It was the Patriots. We can just straight up trade and just get draft picks from them. Go for another third rounder. Not interested. They were almost interested, so what about fourth round? Could be a sleeper pick. Could be another Brady waiting in the wings here. Oh, they were excited. It was in the green. I don't get that, why it's like up in the green. And then they're like, oh, now we're not interested. Like, what? Come on. Packers need a left end. So how about a third round pick? 2 players for the price of 1. Accepted. So there you go. So we cleared that cap room out. And you see we're back up. So I guess we can't make a Myles Garrett run. But we can at least, we freed up a lot of money. So McCaffrey's still out there. What about right ends? That's it. We got burned. I don't think there are many good right ends left out there. There's really not. So, unless we just bring in somebody on the cheap to back up Rivers, we get rid of Sharp. God, Mills asking for a lot for a guy that's not even that great. Look at that. We can drop down Enrique Cole. We can drop down 1 point overall and cut the salary like way down. Like, really? Come on. So we'll make that offer. I like the couple years in there, and he'll be our backup. So let's go one by one again, and let's see negotiations. So what's top 100? So these are still up there. So we got to put some more money into Dye, and then we can get rid of Jerry Wiley. So let's bump that up considerably. So let's try to get 3 years out of him. Let's give him $3 million and a big old $1 million signing bonus. How's that? How's $1 million right off the top for you? Boom. And that puts us right at the top. So that's 11 mil. And he would be like our other linebacker. Fair offer is $2 million. We're going in for 11. And that would bring up another big guy. And then we put in that on Cole. Okay, great. So, and then let's go available again and just go one by one more time. So we got Josh Allen. We're good there. We're good here. Receivers. No one really interested in. Something we can look at in the draft. Maybe make some kind of trade. We got Patton. We need a backup center. I mean, anybody can slide over and play center, right? So it's not too big a deal. Guard's about good as we could do here. If not, we're just getting another 77 in there. Right tackle, which we got Brown, which is good. For 25 mil. No one's offered for Trey Adams. I mean, that would be a solid backup as well. And when we can get rid of Beckwith for that amount of money, right? Adams is older, but he's better overall. Not older by much. What the heck? I'm gonna throw an offer in his way. Let's go 2 years. It's nice having the cap room to spend, man. You get rid of that Justin Fields contract, and we're rolling in the dough. What happened? There's a big record set in baseball tonight. All these home runs against the Red Sox. Someone fill me in. The Astros are hitting all these records against the Sox. So this is where we considered bringing in, we brought in Rutger, so we can get rid of Etor Gross Matos for that amount of money too. Maybe we can make a trade for a wideout or something. I don't know, or sweeten the pot, maybe throw a draft pick in there. Get a really good wideout, but we're good there. We're good. We're not good there. There's nothing else to pick up. Um, we can put Gross Matos on the trade block for a week and also see what offers come our way. So we're kind of picking up some older players here, but you know, for the money they're asking for and for their overall, it's pretty good. So we are going to go to the trade center again here, and we are going to do a trade block. Or I guess we have to pick the player and then put them on the trade block. Seems like a weird way to do it. Okay. I guess we can pick from here and go from there. Okay. So, Broncos and the position. Yeah, wide receiver definitely needs some work. Looking at monies here. $2 million. It's all good to go. We don't need him. We don't need 3 right guards. We're paying him $1 million, so trade block him. Can we not stick him on the trade block? Or do you have to do it in depth chart? Why is that not a thing? Why do they make it so difficult? Can I not stick players on the trade block? Oh my god, I'm in a nightmare with this game every time. Add to trade block. Why was that? I guess that wasn't an option for him, maybe. Does he have like a no trade clause? Surely not. Where the heck was he? Now I don't even remember. It was right guard. It just says trade away. He doesn't have a trade block option. That's bizarre as can be. Okay. Who needs a right guard? Got a right guard for you. They need a left guard. Another left guarder. There we go. Right guard. Ah, my old buddies, the Dolphins. Just give me a draft pick. 5th round. You interested? Holy smokes. They didn't want anything for him. All right, I'll take a 7th rounder or 6th rounder. Boy, oh boy, it says they want a right guard. How are they not interested? There must be something on him. Because we couldn't even add him to the trade block. Let's see what the Lions do. Does anyone know that? Why it's fighting me in that regard? You got 1 million picks to give up here. Golly, there must be something up with him where he can't be traded. I don't know. Okay, so we'll move on here. There's a little mosquito flying around. So, Etor Gross Matos. I mean, I guess do we keep him as a backup? That's the penalty. What's the overall salary? There's got a salary list somewhere. Here, salaries. Can I trade from the salary list? That would be the most ideal situation I could pick and do add. Okay, great. This is where I need to be. So, let's go back to the list. So, we were on left end. So, I mean, for 19 mil, we can get somebody for that same amount of money. So, let's bounce him, throw him on the trade block, see who might make offers for us. Right end as well. We're fine there. Here, we need these good defensive tackles, so, you know, that's fine. Darius Leonard and Banks. So this contract we can get rid of in a big way. Poor Mac Wilson. Sorry, buddy. Trade blocking you. Because we got Bush, we got Wiley. You know, we're going to have Banks still. We just brought in Leonard. So you don't need that. We still got Vrabel. Corners. So Murphy Bunting, he's got to go too. All the way down here, getting paid what you're getting paid. Trade block him as well. Try to get rid of him. So then we'd have Stingley, Clemens, O'Neal, and Klein. Great. The rest of that is all good to go. Okay, so, let's advance a week, save some more monies, see who's got trade offers for us, and we'll go from there. And then it'll be almost preseason. It'll be draft time, and then it'll be preseason time. So, there you go. There you have it. We got Cole, we got Dye, and we got Adams. We didn't get any trade offers, so that's unsettling. I don't know if there's anybody else we need to trade, so maybe we'll go, or anybody else we need to sign at this point, so maybe we'll go one more week into free agency. Okay, so there's no one else we need, so let's go ahead another week, and then we might just start offering up these guys for like cheapy deals or something if no one else trade blocks us for these guys. Nothing. Okay, so before we head into the draft, let's try to get rid of these last couple of guys as far as salaries go. Guys that we don't need. So we'll start with Mr. Sean Murphy Bunting. Trade away. They need a corner, and you got the cap space for it. So let's see. Wide receiver. Could we entice them? Maybe we throw a draft pick in there. Don't have many draft picks. We stocked up on third-round picks at least. Give it the second pick next year, maybe. Ooh, almost. Whew. Let's look at Blaylock again. Or is there somebody else that we can take? So Blaylock is 29. Let's look. Let's look at our different wide receiver. I mean, we have Derrick Mason. He's cheap. They need a corner too. It's 26. 2,000 receiving yards. He's really cheap right now. Probably going to be worth a lot at some point. So they have a slightly high interest level. And then I say we hit him up, give him the first round pick for next year. Ooh, almost. Okay. I say, what do we go all in? We got all these third round picks. Let's give him our fourth rounder for this year. Maybe if we hit him with one of those third rounders, we'll get it. Start here. Go low. Oh, that's not interested. Okay, maybe if we go one higher, we might get him. Derrick Mason. That's old timey, right? He's an 82. Yeah, what's Derrick Mason doing these days? He is the defensive coordinator for Oklahoma State. Is this the same Derrick Mason? He didn't even go into the NFL. Doesn't say. Head coach. He was head coach of. If it's the same Derrick Mason. Maybe there's two. Oh no, it's the guy from the Titans. Yeah, the old Titans quarterback. I was say because I used to be a Titans fan back in the day. I liked, Mason and Frank Wycheck and all those guys. Okay, so let's see the Bills. They don't want Murphy Bunting. Would they do it just for the draft picks then? Okay. Who else we're going to get rid of? Wiley we don't need anymore. They need a left linebacker. Throw Wiley at him. Oh, it's in the green. They're interested. It's piquing them. It's piquing the interest here. There was something else we were going to get rid of. We were going to get rid of Cornelius Griffin. Do they need a defensive tackle at all? Or no, we need Griffin. We need a lot of DTs. I forget now. We were going to make... I think there was like 3 trades, and I don't even remember who all they were going to be with. So go figure. I know one was getting rid of Murphy Bunting, and then the other, because we got Dye, so we don't need Wiley, and we don't need Wilson anymore, honestly, either, for that money. Yeah, Murphy Bunting is the one. All right, let's just say... Let's just say we go in... Is it worth all this for Derrick Mason? Or can we... Maybe we just find someone else. Maybe we find someone that's willing to take a first round in Murphy Bunting. So let's go through the teams that need a corner, and then maybe we'll circle back around, right? They need a corner. Let's see. Let's look at your wide receiver core. CeeDee Lamb. Tyler Vaughn's. 29. Expensive too. I don't know. Keep going. Keep looking. And holler out too if you guys see anything. Look at this wide receiver group. My goodness. Gary Bryant Jr. They got a lot to give, and I mean it'd be the number 3 for them. Let's see. Let's see the interest for the Giants here. They took it. Wow. So there you go. So we got rid of Murphy Bunting. We got rid of our first-round pick next year. Who cares? And we landed one of the receivers we needed. Okay. So that freed up that cap room there, which is big business. And then now we just need to get rid of these linebackers because we got Dye. So we can get rid of Wiley and Wilson and just keep Garland, right? I mean, we don't need to pay all these guys when we got 2 here. So, oh, no, I just wanted to trade them. Straight up trade. Trade away. Okay. Wiley. Or maybe we can find, I don't know, maybe we can find another wide receiver or something. We'll just we'll pique the interest of the guys. So Wiley and Mac Wilson, and the Bears want linebackers in a big way. So we'll see what we can steal from them. Jigba, yeah, Brew McCoy. That's pretty good too. He's asking. It's a lot of money, but you know. Let's just see. I doubt it. Yeah, didn't think so. It's almost like we got to get someone if like how the Giants situation where they had 3 really good receivers. Right end was our other big need that we were looking at. You know, McGregor could be someone. We throw a draft pick at him. Because what's our right end situation here? Yeah, not great. So this would be a big improvement. Draft pick. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 7th, 2nd, 3rd. What about that high round 3? Not interested. Okay. I kind of figured that would be an uphill fight. So we'll skip the Bears, even though the Bears have a linebacker need. This could be, I mean, Barry, he's young. He's a 77. He's cheap. They need linebacker help. What about just Jerry Wiley? Interesting. Okay, okay. So, that's it out of you. Browns. Maybe it's got to be another situation where we find a team that has a bunch of right ends that they can give up. But there weren't that many out there, were there? Because we kind of already went through this rigmarole. I mean, there was Curse, but the Patriots do want a linebacker. Do we give up our second rounder? Let's see. Let's test the waters, if you will. What if we give our right end up? So that way they'd be gaining a right end. We just signed Cole. But we can we just signed Cole, but we can use him as trade bait, or we can get rid of Rivers, who's, I mean, right up there. Right? Oh. You know what? Let's just take a shot at it. Because if we get him, we wouldn't really, I mean, there wouldn't be anything in the draft to go after. So draft picks, going to give up our second round pick. Second round this year, Wiley, Rivers. Whoo! We almost got there. We almost got there. I don't know what more I can offer then. Because we don't have a first round to give up. Unless we give up our second round next year. But the second round this year, you would have thought would have been more enticing. Yeah, that was worse. And they got to give up, right? I mean, they got two right ends. So what the heck are they stockpiling Javon Curse for? Is beyond me. All right, maybe we just trade for draft picks. We take Rivers out of this. Let's just hit up a team that needs the player, and we just hit them up for draft picks and see what we can get here. Just go rookies with them. A third rounder. Boom. See? Well, now I kind of hate that. I should have maybe gone high. I should go high. I'm going to do that for the next one. I got to go high and work my way down instead of starting low. Right? So, the Bears need a linebacker too. So same thing. Let's start high. Let's first round. Boom. I doubt it's going to be there, but we're going to start high. Not interested. And there was like no interest there at all, even though they want a linebacker in a bad way. They have just no interest in him whatsoever. Okay. Interesting. So we'll skip over the Bears for the time being. Who else needed it? The Browns. Cleveland Browns. How's your draft situation? Second rounder? Huh? So there's got to be something up. There's something up with these guys I'm not even realizing because there's like zero interest. That was the issue we had before. What the heck is it that's on them? That's making... If anybody knows in the comments, let me know what the heck is on these guys that's making teams that need linebackers not want to trade for them. Like, there's no interest for that. I think that was pretty much it as far... Let's do one more look through, and then we can pretty much jump into the draft. But I think as far as what we needed, that pretty much crossed everything. We need to pick up another running back, third stringer, but wide receiver, I mean, Torrey Holt. Now we got Bryant Jr., which is going to be big. We got Brendan Smith. We got DJ Moore. We still got Page. You know, Dante Hall is going to be our kick returner. So we still got a Holt. We got Bryant Jr. You know, we can maybe even do a little better if we can get another 80. Maybe we hit him up in the draft. We'd be on the up and up. I mean, left tackle is good. Left guard is where we can maybe do some work in the draft too. And center could be. I thought we did better. I thought we signed like all these offensive line guys. Maybe we can move one of these tackles over to guard. That would kind of help out. Left end, I know, was the big thing we were trying to figure out. Left end and right end kind of a mess in that guard. We did bring in Cole, so, could play around with that there. Got our linebackers are pretty good. We got to get rid of Wilson if we can. Got rid of Murphy Bunting. So, yeah, I mean, starters are all solid. Backups, that could be somewhat frightening depending on if injuries happen. But we were pretty successful with injuries last go-round. So, okay, so let's jump into the draft. Let's do it. Here we go, and then we'll play 2 of the preseason games, and we'll sim the rest. Because we won the Super Bowl, so I'm going to let my assistant coaches coach the other games. And you probably noticed the helmet on the thumbnail. I'm going to try something a little different. I like doing kind of kooky preseason things, so I'm always interested in teams that do some different things for the preseason. So one that's really unique that I like is the Cleveland Browns. They wear the all-orange helmets in the preseason, and they don't add the stripes to the top of the helmets until the regular season. They call it earning your stripes. Until you're officially a Cleveland Brown, you don't get the stripes on the helmet. I think that's really cool. There was another photo that came out recently on UniWatch where the Jets wore their green helmets with their, and this was back in the day, like the 70s or 80s, with their, it was basically the 90s, the Green Crush uniform helmets, the one where they went like 1-15, those helmets with the Joe Namath era uniforms. They look kind of cool. So I want to do something unique for the preseason just to make it different, almost like you got to graduate up. So we're going to bust out the throwback Broncos helmets in the preseason, and then when you make the team, then you get the big boy helmets. So let's jump in to the draft. We got plenty of time, so skip ahead to next user pick. And it's going to be into the second round. So we got that pick. So make selection, pick player. Here we go. And we did our due diligence. We did our scouting. Here's our scouted players. So halfback. And so left end was what we needed, but that's not any good. Defensive tackle. We could, pick up. That's what we needed, right? Was a left end. I forget. I wish it would show us our depth chart here. Defense, but we did need ends, right? We needed ends and wide receivers. So we're taking what would be a second round talent, but as a first round talent, I say we take them. Let's nail it. Look at the superstar potential all around. All right, look at that. That's solid, good pick. We drafted him at 35. He's a 26 overall, so we'll take that. And we didn't do any special draft class for this one either. We kind of just went with the normal simulated players. We can find another fun draft class for the next time around. But now we're in the third round, so now we can start eyeing some of that second round talent that didn't get picked up. We got a guy from Ole Miss in the second round. We could take a risk here, or we can look at what we scouted. Most of the guys we scouted have all been drafted. Look at this. So how about that? So we're gonna have to go unscouted. Let's grab the 6'3". Let's take them, or let's look at all wide receivers. That's what we wanted to hit, another big wide receiver, right? Let's take a shot. Second round talent. Hey, look at that. He's a 68, so not the best in the world, but it's still a good value. No big development either, but what the heck. On the third round here, more wide receivers, which we don't need. Boy, I hate to grab something. We needed ends and we needed offensive line, and there's not really anything. Sometimes the draft classes can be a bit rough. So we need left ends, right ends, and we needed line. And there's like nothing. At least for third rounders that are available. This is rough. We might just have to grab another receiver. Even though we don't really need it. How about a 6'6"? I'm taking a shot on a guy that's got height to him. He's got a good bench press. Look at that. I'm taking a shot. What the heck? I reached. Whatever. Oh, yeah, that's not good. We did the old, oh my god, we did the old, oh god. The really tall Broncos quarterback that fell apart. Oh my god, why can I not think of his name? Help me out in the chat. What was the guy's, the tall quarterback that went to the Texans? Broncos. Osweiler. Brock Osweiler. We did the Osweiler pick. We went for height. And it didn't work out for us. So our next third rounder. And at this point, we're just kind of picking what's available. And we're still in the third round here. There's a corner, but we don't need corners. Don't need it. We did need a linebacker. Or, not a linebacker. A running back. A third string running back. So maybe we just go with Mr. Shivers here. Oh, what the heck. Man, these guys all suck. And this is why I do the draft classes. Because in the Madden draft, like, all these players suck. What third-round talent is coming out as a 59 overall? Like, really? Another third-round pick. Got all of them up and down. I mean, at this point, the people that are left that we're drafting, every time we draft them, it's like, oh, they suck. You know, so they're all, like, why am I wasting my time with the draft? That was the third highest rated player that was available in the draft. I'll just let them do the other picks. And it was a 59. So, what the heck is the point? We'll definitely go back to doing draft classes for next season. I don't know how much longer we're going to play this game, too. Maybe another 3 or 4 seasons. I'm planning on getting the new Madden, whether I get it on the PS5 or the PS4, depending on what's all out there. But because there's been so many uniform changes, gotta get the new game. So here's who all we picked up. We'll see if there's any excitement out of them. And now we can jump into the preseason. So we'll play, let's say we play week 1 and week 3. How about that of the preseason? So let the assistants do everything else. So everything else, we always play the same teams in the preseason. You know, is that a thing? Let's ask Reddit. Madden, same preseason teams. It almost makes you not even want to play the preseason. Yeah, here it is. Madden. So in 2016, this was a complaint. You'll play the same 4 preseason teams every year. Holy smoke. So in 2016, people were complaining about that. And it still hasn't. And here's 3 months ago. The laziest, most corner-cutting moment comes when you realize your preseason schedule never changes. From Madden 13 all the way to Madden 21, it hasn't changed. Wow. I didn't realize that's been a thing. That's super lazy. Holy smokes. Even like just letting us pick the teams. That's terrible. Yeah, that's really bad. Okay. Well, that just makes us not want to play preseason, and we're not going to do all the games. We're going to maybe do like 1/4 of the starters for game 1 and then like game 3, and then we're going to call this stream a day, and then we'll be back with the regular season. But let's hit up our depth chart. Let's see what we got. So we got Brady, Allen, good to go. Boy, Shivers is no good. At this point, I mean, we're going to be better off just going into free agency. Just picking up guys. That's another big issue. You know, you draft these rookies, they're not any good. Like, boom, I could pick up DJ Dallas right there. And Knighton as well, who we always seem to pick up every year for the same amount of money. I'm going to go with Knighton just because I liked him. Boom. Then we'll make our cuts and we'll get rid of some of the other guys too. When we get down to it. When we get down to it. Okay. So. And wide receiver. Yeah. Let's look at the free agent wide receivers too. See if there's anything that we got. I think it was like the guards we could have. Okay, 83. 76, 79. It's like center, we can go and just sign a free agent center. It's going to be better off. Okay. And we can do that after the preseason as well. Let's see, here's all these, wide receivers we can pick up that are in the 70s. And there's Andy Isabella. I might snag him just because he was so good the time we had him in Miami. And same thing with the center. I mean, we can get a good backup. Boom, right there. I might as well just take all these guys now while I'm looking at them. Take him. Take Isabella. Look at that. He's an X-Factor player, Isabella. We'll take him. Then we'll make our cuts and do our due diligence after that. Okay, that should be good for us. Let's do it. Let's look at the 2 preseason games. We'll do just the first quarter when the starters come out. Then maybe in game 3 we'll do the first half or something. But we don't really need to see any backups or anything because we pretty much know the team. The team is pretty solid, but we are going to wear the throwback helmets. That's going to be our special preseason thing for the Broncos. Kind of looking at the different options here, but just to be different, like I said, I want to make the preseason kind of stand out and be different, and it's a Super Bowl rematch here between the Broncos and the Chicago Bears. Funny thing, I had to edit my In Your House, WWE 2K22 In Your House went down temporarily. It got copyright striked and blocked, and it was so funny. It was the exact clip. It was the animation for the opening of In Your House where I said, I can't skip this, I can't skip this. I hope this isn't a copyright claim. I can't skip this. I can't skip this. And literally, that's what got me a copyright hit. It's like I know this is gonna be a copyright, but the game won't let me skip it. You can't skip it, and then you're out of there. So there you go. Look at this. Did we see this last year? Or was this part of the new stadium? Look at this. I don't even remember. Maybe I'm marveling at this once again. And there were an orange, and I didn't even change that. I didn't change those settings. I only changed the Broncos. The fact that they're busting out the orange. It's a unique preseason look all the way around. So there you go. A Super Bowl rematch, a shutout for the first time in Super Bowl history. There was a shutout in the Super Bowl. Compliments of your Denver Broncos. All right, let's jump into it. Right, we got NXT tonight, so we got to jump into NXT at some point. But let's do quarter 1 and then do a couple of quarters in game 3, since we look at the same teams. Sebastian Janikowski, left-footed, boots it away. The Bears playing in the dome now. No more sitting outside in the frigid weather for Chicago. So we're mainly going to be focused on our players. We don't really have the roster sheet for anyone else. Sean Clifford, he did not have a good Super Bowl, but he has been with this Bears team for quite some time. And he's going to hope to get him back to the promised land. They were in the Super Bowl a couple years ago with the Pittsburgh Steelers and came up short there as well. What do we say with our Broncos? You got to earn the horse. You got the old school. And then once you get promoted to the main roster, we have a special preseason thing where we'll wear the old school logo. Handoff there. And So far, Chicago looking like just like they did in the Super Bowl. Nothing happening on offense for them. Our defensive line, Devin Bush, getting that stop. So Clifford, I'd have to imagine, is going to toss it here. And he is going to throw it, and it will be a first down. Nice, fancy footwork there by Adams. I believe that's Sam Adams, if I remember his name from previous streams and the Super Bowl. So already looking slightly better. Just getting that first down on the first drive. High snap. And oh my God, what a hit that was. Holy smokes. That was Dye, who we went into the offseason in a bidding war to pick him up. Welcome to the Denver Broncos. What a hit. That was amazing. I love that. All right. Second down and 11. Handoff to Adams. Adams, big opening. And he's going to get the first down. Leon O'Neal in on the tackle here. So you got Denver Broncos today. What do you guys want to see later this week? Maybe some more universe mode with the new patch coming out. We got new characters. We got the new Nakamura and Alexa Bliss. Oh, a fumble! Bush was the one that forced that one out, so our linebackers hitting hard out there. They're delivering some of the biggest blows here for the Denver Broncos. But hit us up on Patreon, link in the description below, TV Sports 27. Let us know what you want to see next. Let us know on the next stream this weekend what you want to see. I'm kind of getting a hankering to play some more Horizons, so there might be some Horizons coming your guys' way. Kind of want to see how the rest of that story plays out. 3rd and 9. Let's see if we can get a stop here on the Bears. It's been a long time since I played defense. There's a quarterback sack. And there's DeMarvin Leal, who we got in the trade for Justin Fields. Already talking trash in the preseason. But I've been playing the RXFL so much, I haven't played defensive football in a long, long time. So here we are, getting it done. And the punt. And Dante Hall, who ended up making a huge impact. And it's preseason, so what the heck. Dante Hall, run it out. And look at Dante Hall. It ended up being a lot of work just to get back to where he would have been. But, you know, like I said, it's preseason. Who cares? He made an impact late in those playoff games. And there he is, Tom Brady III. 15-1 record last year for the Denver Broncos and took the Broncos all the way to the Super Bowl. You guys thought you were rid of Tom Brady? Well, the son of a legend has come in, and he's just as good as his dad, winning the Super Bowl in Denver. So here we go, 1st and 10, and Brady dropping back. All kinds of time in the pocket. Jamil Pierce is going to lose the football, though. He had a little bit of the fumbleitis late last season, and it creeped up there as he got his hands wrapped around it, and then it was ripped out. So Chicago's going to end up getting good field position on that first drive where Brady had a lot of time to put it right where he wanted it. So we're in season 12, which is, it's a big business here. So that was a nice pass by Clifford. So maybe we get to about season 15, 16 or so. And by then it might be time to upgrade to the new game, which is usually what we do, which I get that question a lot when we play some of the older games. Like, why do you play the older games? Well, because they don't allow us to transfer our save file. So I like to play at least, maybe a couple decades worth and then move to the new game. So we're not quite there with hockey and baseball yet, but we're getting there with Madden as this is kicking off season 12, 2030 season, I believe. And that is going to be a touchdown, an easy one for the Chicago Bears. So in the preseason, they already did what they couldn't do in the Super Bowl, and that was put points on the scoreboard here against our Denver Broncos. So obviously for Chicago, I bet they would have liked to have done that. Certainly would have liked to have done that in the Super Bowl and not here in the preseason, but hey, you get what you get. Dante Hall, bring this one out of the back of the end zone. They said we're going to coach this game. We're going to let our assistants coach the other games. Let's go. I want to make the preseason cuts, which I'm scarred. I got to do manually because if you try to simulate it, they'll cut some really good players. I once lost Cooper Kupp and Derrick Henry from my Miami Dolphins team. Both those guys were cut by the computer. when I simulated, thinking they were going to cut the lowest rated players. They cut those players, and then I couldn't even re-sign them. They were gone from the game. So that was a super fascinating experience to go through that. And there's our new signee. He's wearing the Demaryius Thomas number, Bryant Jr., who not so much signee, but the trade. We were able to get rid of Sean Murphy Bunting and bring him in to help out our wide receiver core, where Mike Evans departed for retirement. And the handoff to Jonathan Taylor. And there he goes. Hopefully he doesn't get banged up in the preseason, but this Broncos offense, other than that fumble we had, they are looking sharp as they move it right down the field up to the 26-yard line. So we'll take that all day. And nice blocking. Look at this blocking. And Jonathan Taylor trying to get out of bounds so he doesn't take any unnecessary hits. I don't know, it seems like running backs get injured more so these days. Like back in the olden days, it seemed like, running backs can go, and nowadays they take those hits and they're getting banged up. Their careers out of here. Brady, lots of time. So our offensive line is doing nice work too, and that was part of the free agent pickups that we did, which was a big help there. And there's the give to Webb, and Webb gets hit hard. They're hitting hard in the preseason, folks. And off to Jonathan Taylor. These goal line plays, it's the hardest play to do in Madden. The hardest play in Madden. The goal line play, because they all bunch up.
Here we go. 30 base.
We're going to throw it here. See what happens. Oh, that was a first down apparently on that second and goal. Seems like it shouldn't happen as much as it does. The goal line stand in Madden. How about that? Gunned it in there. Touchdown Broncos. What an opening drive. Tom Brady III and company. Torrey Holt. Yes, sir. Touchdown Broncos. So we'll get to see one more. Oh, don't overturn this. Upheld. There you go. Okay. So we're going to see one more defensive possession here, and then we'll simulate the rest of this game. Oh, look at that. Josh Allen got the lucky number. That's like a Broncos tradition now. The backup quarterback, like Marcus Mariota, gets John Elway's old number. Right? It seems fitting. Or was that a 17 or a 7? I couldn't tell. I just saw the 7. But anyway, yeah, one more defensive possession. We'll simulate to Game 3, and we'll do the first half in Game 3, and then we will call this stream a day. Call it farewell. And go from there. So thank you to the folks that tuned in. There wasn't a whole lot of interest in this stream, but each their own. Completed pass. And first down for the Bears. We'll see if we get a Super Bowl rematch at all between Chicago and Denver. I'm going to hit up the Ring Fit after this. How's that sound? A little exercise, and then get to NXT. Nice deep pass, another first down. Clifford and company, he's 5 of 5. You play to win the game. Did you hear that? Play to win the game. There we go. There's our big defense, and there's Devin Bush. Or no, John Banks, rather. Pardon me. John Banks. Got to give that credit.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Yeah.
Shoosh. That sounds like did you hear that? That sounds like Chad Gable. Shoosh. Thank you. All right, it is winding down here. I'm about to take the headset off and give it to the old assistant. And I'm going to turn it over to our assistant coaches too, and hope they don't get any of our guys injured in the other games. So, Super Sim, jump forward, end of game. So let's chill and see what happens. So Chicago did score on that drive. And we scored as well. It's a high-scoring preseason game. Holy smokes, we're going back and forth. And we are into the fourth, and it is tied. And we take the late lead and the win. That looked like a thrilling preseason game. You should have seen it. You had to be there to believe it. So it looked like Josh Allen did his part. Last year we had the quarterback battle, not this year. Good photos, too. Probably won't have any photos on the thumbnails this season because we're going to be going for Joe Hamilton. Is that the guy from played on the Orlando Predators, right? I mean, the starters did their part. Look at the numbers, but also you got Josh Allen, 17 of 26 as well in the backup role, which is what we want out of that. And so we'll push forward. Guess we'll do some cuts, and we'll do the third preseason game, the first half only. Let you guys comment in on that, and then we'll get to the regular season, and then that'll be it for this stream. So we still got some time left. What do you say, another 30 minutes or so, maybe? And we'll look at all our options going forward. So we'll advance. We'll play the 49ers game, which will be at home. Boom. And how do we do against the Browns? It's another old rival of the Broncos. And we beat them, so we're looking good in the preseason. See if we got any injuries in that game that we need to be concerned about. Hopefully not. That is a cool touch where they put the Super Bowl trophy back there, unless that was always there, and I never noticed. But the Broncos would have had 3 at this point, so it seems weird there would just be the 1. So very nice touch. No injuries, so very nice to our assistant. What's our assistant coach's name? Bobby Shanahan? I don't know. Another young one. The 49ers getting new unis, which they're going to look pretty close to the ones they have now, but the big difference is they're getting the 3 stripes back on the shoulders, which everyone likes, so it won't be 2 anymore, it'll be the 3. I think the helmet's going to stay the same. They're still going to have the that design right there, but they're going to add the old school style font to the chest as well. So there you go. All right. We'll play the first half of this. What do you guys think of the team so far? Can we go back to back? Give the Broncos their 5th Super Bowl. Is it in the cards? I thought we did pretty good, all things considered. I thought the draft was kind of a dud, but that wasn't really our fault. It's the draft classes, and we'll hunt down another draft class. We've kind of exhausted all of them, so we might just have to get creative and just find like some draft class that somebody made and kind of go from there. Because they're going to be better off than the ones Madden gives us, where you draft a guy in the 3rd round and he comes out as a 50. What's up with that, to quote the Hurricane? All right, the LA Rams with Justin Fields. I mean, it's preseason, they're 0-3. I need to change the thing to receive, so it's more random. I think I've mentioned that in every stream. In the past couple of streams, I've never done it. So let me keep it. Somebody in the chat remind me to change that, the coin toss. Deion Barnes, who won a Super Bowl with the 49ers a couple of years ago. I can throw that up on Patreon if you guys want. How about after this? I'm gonna make a new tab. I'm gonna do Patreon, and I'm gonna upload the Dolphins stat book, since that footage is lost due to the great YouTube purge of 2020, and I'm going to upload that Broncos stat book so you guys can check out the past scores and stats and see when Deion Barnes became, or is it already up on Patreon? I don't even remember. It might already be up there, to be honest with you. Let me Now that I'm thinking about it, it might be up there. I'm going to look right now. That's Ricky Williams, by the way. So, let's see. I need to log in. I need to log into my Patreon. Because I remember now that I'm thinking about it, I think I put that stat book up there already. Post. Publish. Nice quarterback sack there. It's really hard to search. Yeah, right here, Miami Dolphins stat book. It is up there. So it is up, the Miami Dolphins stat book. So if you want to see the history of these original seasons, I mean, it goes all the way from season 1 all the way until season 8. And that's where we started streaming over here, 9, 10, 11. And now we're on season 12. So, and you would be able to see right here, 49ers defeated Steelers season 7. And that would be Deion Barnes, who was at quarterback. So, there you go. And then you could also see the other, when the Chicago Bears last one Super Bowl. So if you want to check all that out, Patreon, TV Sports 27, the Miami Dolphins stat book. It is up on Patreon. So check that out if you want to know the history. I know we started streaming right in the middle of our run, but there's nothing we can do about that. They're coming for us again, folks. YouTube's hitting us with the copyrights left and right for our 2K, our WWE stuff, even though we're doing everything we can. I mean, we're editing. So the things I know we can't do, which makes YouTube unhappy, is you can't do the animation to begin shows. You can't do the championship animations. You can't have any background music. I've gotten copyright hit on my Madden videos for the music that plays over the loudspeaker, even though I have music turned all the way down to 0. I don't know what the heck they want me to do about that. 49ers looking good, though. Opening drive. Rolling it. This is another Super Bowl rematch. Not one of recent memory, but the famous 55-10 Super Bowl. How about that? Barnes walked right into Mike Vrabel. That was ugly. I say it all the time, but it was like a Roman Reigns spear. He speared him down. Giving it to Ricky Williams again, and he gets hit by Demarius Dubose. Wow. Broncos defense, they want to get off the field. Broncos defense had enough. They said, get us off this football field. Wide open, my goodness. Well, that hurt. The corners let us down on that one. So that's a little concerning that, I mean, both Chicago and San Francisco having an easy time passing the ball in the corners. The corners coming in, it's supposed to be the old vets. That's how Derek Stingley got drafted in real life. He's been a gem of a player for our Broncos team here.
We got 4. We got 4.
Good stop there. Devin Bush.
I'm gonna hit you all day, baby.
Barnes, pressure in his face, has had to get to the check down man, and there's our young Delta O'Neal. Had a monster rookie year. Excited to see his sophomore year. That famous number 7 for San Francisco, and it's no good. Kick is missed, so we'll turn it over to Denver. Tom Brady III to step out on to the field here in this preseason battle. Lots of time, but again, this offensive line that, I mean, there were some parts we didn't think we hit on or were able to get, but so far they're looking really strong. Nicely done, Jonathan Taylor, just to get a couple of yards out of that. That should have been a tackle for a loss, and he ended up getting 3. So we bring in Pierce back in now. 3rd and 2 for the Broncos. And the give to Pierce right up the middle as that O-line does its job once again. 49ers, our old team, and in this Madden. If we're continuing our same coaching legacy, we started with the Detroit Lions. Well, I guess, if we kind of play around with it, because we played Madden 25 for a time, and we really didn't like it. We did the Buffalo Bills there, and then we did the 49ers. No, we had the Buccaneers for a year, then we did the Bills for 3 years, if you consider that all the same coach. Then we did Cincinnati with our fantasy draft. But if we're picking up from Madden 12, we did like 15, 16 seasons with the Lions, and then we had the 2 seasons with the 49ers, got let go. We had 7 seasons with the Dolphins before getting let go, and then here we are in Denver, our 3rd year in Denver, and we got 1 Super Bowl to our name. So Brady completed to Torrey Holt, and he remains perfect, and Holt is injured. Yikes, which is not what you want to see in the preseason. Which I hate. Who was it? Was it the Packers coach that never played a single starter in any preseason game? I wish that was an option, Madden, where you could do that.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Ready?
Broncos preseason is going to be really interesting this year in real life because you're going to get to see Russell Wilson play. That's kind of been the stomping grounds, if you will. Broncos preseason is seeing all these new quarterbacks. It was Flacco and Keenum, and year after year. A dislocated elbow, so we're going to lose Holt for some time. That's going to be rough. Boy, we're just going to have to rely on our other guys, and we picked up Isabella for a reason. Brady, incomplete. Bryant didn't even really go for it. He had one-on-one coverage, and Bryant just kind of held back on us a little bit. 3rd and 20. Nicely done. How about DJ Moore? Touchdown, Broncos. Tom Brady III looks like a monster out there. Nicely done. Touchdown, Denver. Gronkowski is good. So we got another quarter to go. So we'll probably be done just before 10. We'll assess our final injuries, make our cuts, look at the regular season. It'll be time to watch NXT, right? NXT time. What do you guys think's happening? Well, some of you guys might already know, but what's happened tonight on NXT?
Come on, fellas. I got you. I got you.
Terrible pass by Barnes. They were not on the same page, and it's going to be his first incompletion there. That's going to be a fumble by Ricky Williams. Oh, my goodness, we couldn't get it. We couldn't get the control of that one down. Williams got it back. We were trying. We took control, but it was like we were on ice skates. Like we were the Red Wings or something out there. Oh, man. Where are the corners? They got some work to do. We got to get our corners back into regular season form here. They're letting us down a couple of times. In the 2 preseason games we have dipped into, it's not been a good run for them. Final play of quarter number 1. And then we'll play through quarter number 2 before we hand it over to our assistant coaches again. Coach Burke, he's got to go to the locker room. I don't know. Big League Chew, he's had enough of this preseason stuff. See how the Chiefs do this year. They'll be interesting. Cover athlete Patrick Mahomes. They've had I don't even know what to compare him to. Maybe almost like a Brett Favre. Because Brett Favre, for as many good seasons as the Green Bay Packers had, they only had 2 Super Bowl appearances and only won 1. After that, they couldn't get back there. Or even maybe Aaron Rodgers. Maybe that's the better comparison. Patrick Mahomes obviously won the Super Bowl in real life and then was the cover athlete. And then in our world, he's had many, many good seasons, but he has yet to make that postseason run again. And it's starting to look like an Aaron Rodgers, where it's been, how long has it been? And that's kind of what Patrick Mahomes is at right now in this game, in this virtual world, of not being able to get his Chiefs back to the postseason. That would have been an interesting hire. Maybe they would have gotten us to get the Chiefs to the next level. Oh, man, almost intercepted by Bush. Probably should have been, in fact. So 4th and 11. Oh, they're going to punt it. Wow, they're not going to go for it. The 38. I've never understood this. I say go for it. You're making up 20. There was a 20-yard difference right there. I think it's worth it to go for it and take the odds, especially in preseason, than 20-yard difference. 20-yard difference is nothing. I mean, look at that. I've already gotten back up to where we were. Tom Brady III continues to look good. Offensive line looking good. Not much doing for Jonathan Taylor there. No, I would say nothing big out of the running game yet in this preseason. Couple of decent runs. Brady finding DJ Moore. He's been solid. He might have to be the guy that steps up in the absence of Torrey Holt. So maybe it'll be business as usual. Who knows? We got Isabella out there at all. Not yet. Good catch again by Moore. 8 of 10 for Tom Brady III. He's look at our steal in the draft. What round did we draft him in? 3rd or 4th? And he was just sitting there. We weren't looking for a quarterback at the time, but I'm glad we made the decision because we got him. 15 wins later, a Super Bowl later. Now, like I said, probably another 3 or 4 years and we'll be going to the new game. I guess it'll be time for me to retire when it's time for Brady to sign his big contracts. Maybe we can simulate a couple. I did that with my Lions. I got to where I felt like I did all I could do with the Detroit Lions franchise, and then I simulated a couple of years because we had our Super Bowl run, then we had back-to-back NFC championship seasons where we just missed out, and then I did one more season where we got to the first round of the playoffs and we got beat, and then I quote-unquote retired, and I simulated another 4 or 5 years where we had playoff runs but never did get back to that Super Bowl. So that might be fun to do with our Broncos here to kind of see how all they turn out. Great coverage down the field, and Brady's going to get sacked. Rewind that back on YouTube. Who was open on that play? I mean, there was nothing to go to, and they got in there fast and furious. So 3rd and 18 for the Broncos, still leading 7-0 here. So pitching the shutout. And Brady just gets it to Anthony Page, who's going to end up getting about a yard shy. 4th and 2. It's preseason, right? We're going to go for it. What the heck? Preseason gambles. Riverboat Ron, that's us. Riverboat Ron Rivera. 4th and 1. There you go. There's Bryant Jr., our acquisition from the New York Giants. Welcome in. Almost feels strange seeing that 88 on the field again. I don't know if that'll ever be given out or Denver will retire that thing. Shoosh. 11 of 13 for Tom Brady III. Looking good in both preseason games. He'll be ready to graduate and get his real horse helmet. Brady just threw that one away. Oh, 3rd and 4. I thought it was 2nd down. I was looking for a running play, but yeah, I guess we should just throw it, huh? And incomplete. That one knocked away from Moore. 4th and 4. I mean, again, preseason. He's going to take the points. There's always consideration just to go for it. Janikowski's kick is good. To the uprights. So 4:16 to go here in this game, in this stream.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
130 yards for our Broncos. 83 of them for the 49ers. Now, this could be another Super Bowl team. Back-to-back would be the 5th for the Broncos. We'd be right up there with the Patriots for Super Bowl wins and Super Bowl losses. The Patriots have 5 of them as well. The 85 Patriots, the 96 Patriots. And then, I thought they had 5. Yeah, the 5 losses, and then Brady had 3. Brady lost to the Giants twice, and then the Eagles. And there's a fumble. There we go. Picked up by Banks, and the Broncos are poured on at home. Broncos also had their 5 Super Bowl losses. Dallas, New York, Washington, San Francisco, and Seattle, along with their 4 wins. Green Bay, Carolina, Atlanta, and Chicago. So yeah, if we get another win, we would match the Patriots for Super Bowl wins and Super Bowl losses. Well, the Patriots have 6, so I guess we'd have to get 1 more to match them up. But, you know, to each their own. Tua Tagovailoa, 18 of 19. Not a whole lot of yardage there, but they poured it on passing-wise, that is for sure. Play action fake, Barnes. And it's brought in, reeled in. It was a nice throw. Good catch, too. Whew. Stuffed nose. Incomplete. Nice job by the corners. Clamping down, forcing that fumble out of there. How about another turnover? That'd be pretty sweet. Sweet. Tina, go get some ham. Oh, I'll watch that movie again. Less than $1 million to make that thing. Made a boatload of money. Pressure coming, and Barnes, I don't know how in the world he got rid of that. That defies Madden logic that Barnes is even able to get rid of that. But this is a golden opportunity, so it gives us a chance at a little 2-minute drill action here with Tom Brady III. So we'll get to play around with the 2-minute offense.
Keep playing hard.
We're playing hard. Absolutely. 2-minute offense for the Broncos. Let's see what we got. And there to Pierce, nicely down. We'll go hurry up here. Looking and looking and looking, and Brady, oh, how did he magically turn around? Rewind that back. I'll show you the replay. That's some Madden tomfoolery right there. He was looking with his back. Look at this. There, how does he stop on a dime? He is chasing and covering, is able to look back, and in that amount of time, turn and knock that ball away. Look, oh, look at that. Look at. That's a pretty big leap. Oh, get out of here with that. Oh, that's we got jobbed on that one. Come on, you can't tell me that would have really happened. Get out of here. Get out of here. Poor Homer Simpson. $5? Get out of here. The famous Homer's love letter. What? $5? Pressure on. Brady gets rid of it to Nick Coffey. And Coffey is injured. Holy smokes. Forget the 2-minute drill. We're losing our guys left and right. We signed Coffey and Kocher. Some long-term contracts here. Well, Kocher's left wide open on that one. Don't even need to go hurry up anymore. We got a whole minute to play with. This was a quite successful 2-minute drill. We want to get a touchdown, but I would imagine we'll get some points out of it. all day again for Tom Brady III, which is fantastic. I was worried for certain points of our offensive line, but they're looking good. And now we'll go ahead and take timeout number 2. So we got 30 seconds. See if we can successfully cap a broken collarbone. So we're starting to lose some of our heavy hitters here in the preseason. Boy, oh boy. Collarbone's going to take him out for most of the season. So it's going to be up to Kerry Coacher. Maybe we got to make a play at I don't know, another tight end or something, but that's going to be rough. And Brady could not get rid of it. We're going to go ahead and take one final shot at it. Because it's the preseason. Normally we'd go for the points, but we're going for the touchdown. Oh, what a catch by DJ Moore. What a way to cap off our preseason. That was amazing. Tom Brady III and DJ Moore. He's stepping up where Torrey Holt's gone out. So there's certain guys, that always happens in Madden too. There's certain guys, will they be rated low, but they always do good. I had that with Puka Nacua on my Dolphins, where he was always rated so low, but he was always fantastic. And that's kind of DJ Moore. He's rated low, which is why I went out and got the wide receivers that we did. But there you go, another win for the Broncos in the preseason, continuing our winning ways from last season. 15 wins a year ago, 3 wins here in the preseason. And now we'll be ready to jump into the regular season in just a few moments. We'll have to look at the injuries and whatnot and do some cuts, and then we'll look at the regular season, and then that'll be it. Then it's almost 10, so it'll be time to just watch NXT on demand. So how about that? All right, let's advance on. Yes, give me these. So don't cut Andy Isabella, which is something the game would do. 2 injuries. Yeah, that sucks. Let's see how long. Well, the collarbone's not going to be as long as I thought it would. And Torrey Holt, by the time we get through, it'll only be 3 or 4 weeks, which will be good. But you're already seeing some of the regular season. Boy, we're starting in prime time with the Chiefs. Then we got the River Hogs. Which, before last season, was always a perennial contender. Keandre Jones was injured? What the heck? It didn't say he was injured before. Okay. Cut 16 players. Easy. Boom. Yes. These are the easy cuts. And I have to do this one by one, because if not, so this is where we have plenty of depth, but that's going to eat up lots of money. Okay, we're going to go one by one on this one. So quarterback, we got our guys, fine. Halfback, Knighton, Pierce. I guess if we cut everyone else, we must have. Okay. Good to go there. Fullback. All right, wide receiver. Dante Hall, Anthony Reese. They said don't cut him, but do we really need? I guess we got the injury. Torrey Holt. We got Holt, Bryant, Smith, Isabella, DJ Moore, Anthony Page. We really don't need him. We got Dante Hall, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we don't. Canadian player, Canada current one way. You may not see any. Yes. I mean, cap space, but what the heck. Tight end. I mean, might have to ride with Mr. Henson. We'll go and try to find another cheapy tight end if we can manage that. The guys that are going to cost the most money, we can't really get rid of, which hurts. They should give you a slide. Like if it's cut day, you should be able to cut with no free agency situation. Well, here we don't need. It says we don't recommend cutting, but we don't need that. We just got to get one more. Boom. Yes. Gone. Okay. 53 out of 53. So we're going to advance forward, and then we'll do a little free agency here. We'll look at the regular season. You know what? I'm going to remember. I'm going to go in. A couple things I'm going to change. I'm going to do the coin toss thing. I'm going to change it to receive because they say that'll be more random. So settings, league settings? Yeah, I don't know. Where is the coin flip option? Okay. It's under sliders. I did need to change the kicking because the kicking is out of control. Oh, that's why. Good Lord, how did that happen? So that's why all our punts and everything were going out of the back of the end zone. Goodness me. Field goal power almost needs to stay up there because it is ridiculous some of the kicks they make. So, okay. Kickoff power as well. I mean, I should just lower it in general. We want more kickoffs in the NFL, more kick returns. We'll put it at 25. We'll see what that does. I mean, maybe we can go back and fool with it, depending on that. But I don't want kicks going out of the back of the end zones. Come on. Come on. Team settings, maybe that's where. Game options, here we go. So, coin toss, first choice. We will do receive. And they said that'll be more random. If you do kick, you're always going to kick off. If you do receive, you can do an option between kick and receive. So, with the wind, right? Yeah. Great. So, we'll see if that actually works. If not,
entering settings screen, you have 18 options.
Oh, God.
Narration option is set to off is selected.
Okay. Okay, let's look at let's see what some news we got here, first of all. Marshall just tweeting up a storm. Giants-Falcons game of the year. I don't know how. Son of an Olympic track star, Ray Weber at USF. Well, we're going to do our own imported draft class when that time comes up. Shoot for the stars. I mean, chance of firing is very high. I think we should at least make the playoffs. Okay, so let's look at the schedule, and then let's look at free agency and whatnot. As far as how much monies we have, we got $12 million to play with. Okay, let's look at schedule. Team schedule. See where we line up. So we're at home Thursday night. So we're kicking off the NFL season with the Chiefs. Then we go to Portland, and then we go to Baltimore before coming home to Cleveland. Then we got another Thursday nighter in LA. Back home for Seattle. Super Bowl rematch there. The bye week. Then we got Monday night with the Colts. We got the Cardinals. So it looks like we got the NFC West in here. Then we go to at San Francisco, at Pittsburgh. That's a lot of travel for coming back to play Portland, Buffalo, Cincinnati. Then we hit the road for the Rams. So that's going to be the Justin Fields game. That'll be interesting. The Chargers, and once again in prime time. In fact, that's Monday night, so they're setting us up. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 primetime games when you're defending Super Bowl champs. I guess everybody wants a piece of you. But it looks like we got the AFC North and the NFC West in this go around. So interesting. What should our uni days be? We got so many primetime games, so maybe we can do the all blue there against the Chiefs. I don't know. Kick it off strong. And then maybe Thursday night, do some throwbacks or something. Whatever. Most of our primetime games are on the road. What about the Rams? We can do a special uniform for the Rams. Maybe we can do throwbacks there or something. We'll have to figure it out as we go along. Just like the NFL, we have our 3. We could do the alternate jerseys and then a throwback day. Throwback uniforms coming soon in the old NFL. So let's look here really quick at the roster. Maybe we just eat. I know there's a lot of players and positions. We don't really need them, but maybe we just eat the money. So Holt, who's injured, so it's going to be Bryant, Smith, Moore, Isabella, Page, and Hall, who are going to be holding it down. Tight end, I feel like we got to go out and get somebody at tight end just to fill that space. But we're going to have to cut somebody to get that done, and we were already kind of tight on cutting people. Let's try to trade him here. I feel like then we just signed this guy, right? But we don't really need it. 66. And I mean all of our other positions are pretty solid. So yeah, let's try to do that real quick. Just trade this away, trade away, and we'll take picks for him. What the heck? Who needs a right guard? In the market for a right guard, pick him up. And we'll snatch draft picks too. Or is this another one we tried to trade and everyone was like, no, we don't want any part of them? Yeah, what the heck? You can't trade. Why can't I? Someone let me know in the comments. Why are there certain players you can't trade? No matter what. Because if we cut them, it's gonna mess up our cap. We can't get rid of them. We don't really need this position here. That's interesting. That's quite interesting that would be a thing. I don't know. Like I said, someone in the comments let me know. Who needs a right tackle? I just randomly picked the Bears. But yeah, I don't know. Help me out. Why can I not trade certain players? Do they have a trade clause? Do they, the Dolphins need it. The Dolphins trade me for something, Miami. Come on. I'll go low. Give me whatever you want. Just want to get rid of this guy. Free up space so we can grab another tight end. Come on, I'm practically giving them away. How about a bucket of footballs and a jersey? Oh my god, there you go. 7th rounder. Boom. Okay, so he's gone. So that'll allow us to grab our tight end. I'm looking at penalty, I guess, more so than actually a budget. I almost feel like we need an extra defensive tackle, too. This is where we would have liked to have gotten rid of Mac Wilson, but same thing. Nobody would take a trade for him, I don't think, right? Yeah, so I don't know. I don't get that. If anybody knows, let me know. That's super annoying. So I guess we'll see what's available. Either tight end or defensive tackle. But I would think tight end for right now would be the most advantageous to go for. Oh my God, look at this. We have a right tackle. It's an 83. Do we need that? Let's look at our right tackles. I feel like we're pretty good offensive line wise. Yeah, we don't need it. We signed Tommy Brown, so that's a solid right there for whoever might want that. Peck, we don't need right tackle, so there's nothing really. I know we were looking at defensive tackle. Yeah, there's nothing as far as those big nasties on the line. So let's look at tight end, and this would just mainly be to hold things down. Clayton Kramer, Anton Pounds, Dave Zimmer. I like Kramer, the name Kramer, Cosmo Kramer. So that'll hold us over until we get Nick Coffey back. So now we can shuffle that up on the depth chart here. And then we can save it up. Not defensive tackle. This would be tight end. Boom. Kramer's actually, yeah, Kocher, Kramer, and Henson. So, yeah, that's perfect. And actually, Henson will probably be the one to go once we get Nick Coffey back from injury. And then wide receivers are going to be Bryant, Smith, Moore. I almost feel like Isabella needs to come up here. Page, and then we need to get Dante Hall at your number 6 right there. What has happened? Okay, so Bryant, Smith, and Moore, along with Isabella. DJ Moore had an impressive preseason, or else I might consider even moving Isabella up. But Anthony Page, Dante Hall, and that would be until we get, Torrey Holt back as well. Running back wise, Taylor, Pierce, and Knighton, perfect. And I think everything else is on the up and up. And you got an 83. That that position's a little weak. 79, almost in the 80s. 70, but surprisingly in the preseason, they were all doing extremely well. So, Tommy Brown, you got the vet Mike Rucker, Rivers, so that's a little weak too, but our inside's pretty tight between Leal and Dubose, and you kind of saw the impact they were making in the preseason. Banks continues to be a monster as well. You got Bush out there, who continues to be well. That was a fantastic pickup from the Steelers. Vrabel as well, and Dye did really good. And then you got our corners still Stingley, Clemens, O'Neal, Klein looking solid. And then you got Battle as well, Highsmith backing him up. And then Leon O'Neal, as well as Janikowski and Gatewood. So that is going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of the action, being a part of this stream. We'll see you guys at some point later this week. Hit us up. Check us out on Patreon. Let us know what you want to see. You got exactly 2 weeks to get to 10 patrons if you want to see my GM mode on WWE 2K22. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.